Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm going to be starting with weekly Facebook Lives. Again, probably won't be Friday, quite likely Thursday, but in case you are tuning in once this is over, once the broadcast is over, just drop your country where you're tuning in from. What I wanted to actually talk about today, and I will keep it brief, probably 5 to 10 minutes, it's going to be something related to the post that I made yesterday to do with the failure, essentially. I give an example of my mate when I saw him the other week. He was actually talking about opening up his own food store. And the initial response, especially in this kind of environment where you know that, okay, we have, since the most recent recession, we've had about 10 years of some really fairly solid growth, economic growth globally, worldwide, and people are kind of anticipating that something's going to happen. You've got books popping up all the time where authors are talking about upcoming recession crash, and then when you know this, and then someone is telling you, oh, I want to open up a business, especially when you know that they need an office, they need some people actually to work, someone on a payroll and all that, assets that they need to purchase, you kind of think, is this really a good idea? Should they be doing it right now? But then I thought to myself, there is nothing that can teach you better than your own experience. All you have to do is get that business up and running. As soon as you can, as soon as you feel that you're ready, that you have the necessary know-how, and this is something that you really want to focus on, and just go out there and do it. Making sure that you set it up in a very lean fashion, and there are also books that can tell you about it, how to do it in such a way that it doesn't actually cost you that much. They can test the market before you purchase your inventory and etc. You guys, just pop in your whatever country you're logging in from, whatever you're tuning in from. I can see that we've got a few people here, considering that it's only my second live this year in 2019, but we're going to turn it up a little bit. When it comes to frequency, we're going to make them weekly again, probably aiming for Thursdays. So now, going back to that example, guys. So when I had that conversation, when I spoke to James, it was a normal, more of a encouraging. That's the kind of a tone that I've set, and that's how I wanted to lead with that. Hey, Arvin, good to see you. Actually in Kenya today. Oh, those air miles that you're making. So, guys, there is nothing better that you actually gaining personal experience in whatever you do. And this could be anything. I actually have an example for you today that it's something so basic, so simple, probably something that you could come up with a similar example pretty much on a daily basis, something that happens to you on a daily basis in your life. But we tend to be missing those opportunities, guys. We don't tend to be paying attention. And genuinely, this is stopping us from growing. We're missing those daily opportunities to learn, to become more alert, to become quicker and faster. To be honest, when it comes to being able to challenge some of the broader concepts, etc., and being able to overcome larger obstacles, we need to be able to actually tackle the smaller ones and succeed and win. So that's essentially how it goes, guys. So the example that I have, random one, but this fits into everything, no matter the scale or the size of a failure or what you want to learn from it, what you actually get involved in. So guys, I got a simple drawstring bag like this yesterday. It wasn't this one. It was a cheaper one. That wasn't the whole motive why I got it yesterday. I just wanted something small. Basically, first of all, there is always a reason. Hey, Dennis, good to see you here. Guys, there is always a reason why somebody's setting something up. Somebody wants to do something. Somebody wants to achieve a certain outcome, you always have a problem. You always have an issue. So my issue was, I'm going to the gym every morning. Every morning I'm in the gym. Probably I'm just outside the gym store at 6:35. And I know that by 7:35, I have to be back home. So I have to leave the gym. It takes me 10 minutes to get there. So 7:25, I have to leave to be home for 7:35. So I have about 50 minutes to work out in a gym every morning. And every single morning, I would be right by the door, knowing that I need to get all my stuff out of my large gym bag, my like over-the-shoulder gym bag that I have. So my special trainers, stability trainers for deadlifting or whatever. Then I've got straps. I've got 3 types of different straps for depending on the activity. I've got some training sparring gloves as well, some elastic bands for stretching and all that. Water, keys, whatever. So all that stuff, and I'm taking it out. It takes me probably like a minute or two, but that minute or two I really don't want to waste. So that's been something that I've identified, and I thought, okay, I need to have a smaller bag inside of my gym bag. All I have to do then, grab that bag, walk into the gym, and I'm ready. I'm ready to start going through the warm-up, and as I'm pausing between sets, I can start unpacking. So that's saving me time, and that's allowing me to have a slightly longer workout to complete another set or two, which is significant when you think about it in those proportions. So I thought, okay, I need a small bag. Essentially, that's where it was going. So I went to the local store with all the sporting goods, etc. I got one bag for my son because he needs it for his PA lessons, and I got one for myself. I tested it out in a gym. This morning, guess what? The bag was too small. Yesterday, I could not have predicted that that's what's going to happen. Yesterday, I didn't even know that you have different sizes of these bags, that they exist in different, they've got different width and different length. Didn't know. So to me, again, it's that concept of learning, where you are unconsciously unaware, first of all, and then you are consciously unaware. So I didn't know that something like this exists because I'm not in a bag market. I haven't got a clue about it. I've got no experience. So I needed to get myself into it, experience it, use the product, and fail pretty much. Like I picked up a bag, and instead of going for the bigger one, I didn't even know that there is a difference in sizes. I looked at them on a display, pretty much looked the same. I just picked one up. I thought, okay, that will do. So guys, this can be applied to everything. Once you jump into something, once you make a purchase, become aware of, is this suitable? Is this what I've just purchased? Providing me with the solution that I was going for? Am I actually getting what I wanted to be getting after having or purchasing this product, purchasing this service? Is this doing exactly, or is this meeting my expectations? You have to take a moment, take a pause. Do not just settle because it's, okay, it's good enough. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that way. Reflect, become conscious about what's happening, become present, and then make that adjustment. So this is the failure feedback loop. You're failing. You know exactly what has happened. You've identified what's wrong, why it didn't go that way. You've learned something that you didn't know before, and you're making corrective action. You're taking corrective action in order to repair it, in order to fix it. That's what I did. I went to the store. I looked it up. I looked up the bag that I wanted. Actually, it's got a zip on the side. I can put my mobile phone into it now as well. So it's actually, now I have an additional bonus because I became more aware. I immersed myself a little bit into this space, and I knew exactly, okay, so like everything is like that. Guys, when I got my very first thin tripod, I got my tripod for my mobile phone, just as a holder for my mobile phone. I got my tripod. Bakrul, good to see you. Alamgir. Hi, guys. So I got my very first tripod. It looked okay on Amazon, but when it got delivered, it was shaky. Like I attached my mobile phone onto it and it would shake. So thin. I think it would only open up to about this height. It was just embarrassing. And that was another thing. It was just embarrassing to look at it. I thought, I don't want to set it up in front of other people because it's just so thin and flimsy. It just looked cheap. But when I saw it virtually on my computer, on my laptop, on the internet, it didn't seem that way. So it's, again, sometimes actually, that's another suggestion. Sometimes it's actually good to get something initially that is cheap, but only knowing for well that this is probably something that very, very quickly you would have to replace. So that's just something that you could do. If you are brand new and you enter into a brand new space and you want some kind of item, service, or whatever, get something cheap. Because the moment you immerse yourself into the space, you will start identifying things that you really, really need. Because when you're not in it just yet, you will create your own set or list of requirements. But that requirement, that list is never exhausting. It's never full and complete because you don't really understand how things really work because you're not there. So only by actually going in and being part of it, you start understanding it more. Some of the aspects, again, it's just like this example. It's like, who would have thought that, again, all the kids at local colleges and schools, they all have these. They know exactly how they work. But I just prefer traditional backpacks or whatever. So it's a silly example, but I'm hoping that it's giving you enough of the cogs, and actually drop some examples into the comment section. If you have a similar things that you wanted something, you got it, and it turned out that what you got wasn't nowhere near what you wanted, that it was missing this, and this, and actually describe them, because I'm actually curious what your experiences are. But that's how you make these adjustments. That's how you improve whatever that might be. Photography, that's another thing. That's a whole new, when I've entered into that space, I've made so many mistakes and stupid purchases that then I needed to correct, like buying my bag for my camera, etc. So be sure to take that feedback, take it on board, and really try to instantly record and pay attention to it. Just do not settle. Just pay attention to things that you're not happy with. Ideally, record them on a piece of paper. Make a list. And there is always going to be that point at which you say, okay, that's it. I'm tired of this. I need to get something better. Because this is just because of this, and this, and this, and this. It's like that bag that I got yesterday. I could not put my trainers into that bag because it was just so shallow. There was so little space inside. And this one has a separation as well. So there's a little compartment. Crazy. So if this has been of value, hit the heart button. I've got already a topic that I'm going to be discussing during my next live, and that's going to be to do with, so this was more on the physical type of still everyday stuff that you probably buy or benefit from, whatever. Next week, I'm going to be talking about more psychological and mental. I'm going to be talking about habit stacking. That's going to be a pretty powerful session. I've been paying attention to that for quite a while and reading and reviewing quite a few different books and videos, etc. So I'm going to be talking about something that I've learned, a particular hack to allow me to quickly establish new hacks. So be sure to at least, if we're not friends here on Facebook, hit the add friend button. If for whatever reason you can't, hit the follow, so that you get my updates, you get my posts, so that you're ready for that next session. It's going to be very, very powerful, and I really believe that it's going to help you out as well. All right, that's it for this video, for this live session, and I will see you all very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.